My Movember started with a silly mustache and blossomed into a month-long discussion about mental health and wellness. Our society's made strides in that area, but there's still a stigma regarding the framing of mentality being either strong or weak, when ironically some of the strongest people I know are those who weren't afraid to ask for help. Now, I'm not going to pretend I have all the answers. None of us do. But as a professional poker player, I'm keenly aware of how important the mental aspects of the game are to my success. Having a solid technical foundation just isn't enough. The mental side of things is equally, if not more important, because all the skill in the world won't matter unless you're deftly able to navigate the highs and the lows of variance, deal with the pressure of difficult situations, and manage the accompanying emotions. And that same approach that helps us succeed on the felt can do so in everyday life. Here are some tips from other poker streamers who at their core are just fellow human beings going through some of the same struggles as the people on the other side of the camera. Feel free to leave a comment, let us know what resonated with you, and remember, even though poker is often considered a solitary pursuit, when it comes to mental health, we're all in this together. Part 1. Streamers' personal experiences.
Mental health has definitely been a problem for me at numerous times in my life. Definitely in poker, but definitely outside of poker as well. I struggled quite badly with anxiety for a long time. I've always had this imposter syndrome. I still have this, fairly often. If I'm not on a heater, I suck. It's really bad. I feel like I don't deserve the position I'm in. I feel like I'm not good enough to win any tournament ever. I find it hard to study, and it got to a point where I really felt like I needed to do something about it. I ended up taking therapy for the best part of 2 years, and I've got to say that really did help me. And being more open with your thoughts and your feelings, being able to get it all out there and put it all on the table, that really did help, and I've definitely felt the benefit from that massively.
So I am a chronic overthinker. I think about things and then I overthink them and then I get anxious about them and then vicious cycle. I start thinking about them more because I'm anxious.
I am a poker streamer player, but I'm also a human being coping with some mental health issues. For a long time I've been coping with them, but I'm improving. You often see me on stream as very positive, energetic, happy, and that's all me. But there's also the downsides where I don't want to get out of bed at all. Depression, anxiety, self-doubt, all these things. But that being said, I'm improving. And what for me helps a lot is community, having friends to talk to. It should not be something you cannot talk about. There's always people that want to listen. The poker community is great. I've made so many new friends over the past couple of years. We are indeed all in this together.
I was diagnosed with major depression years ago in university, and I tried a bunch of different things. I tried medication, diets, nothing really worked. I spent about 15 years just kind of coping with it, and more recently I have found some things that are working for me. I was at a place where I was living day to day, just trying to find any little pocket of happiness, lost interest in a lot of things. I am a music producer, stopped making music, didn't really like doing any kind of sports, didn't like socializing. My anxiety got to the point where I finally said, enough is enough. I'm going to take another kick at the can, go see the doctor, and see if I can get my life back on track.
When I started playing poker, it was with friends over a kitchen table, 5-cent, 10-cent blinds. It was a cash game. And when I put money online to see how good I was, I thought, well, I'm going to play cash. It's what I know. And it went terribly. I just couldn't have a winning session. I'd have sessions where I was up, and then it was just too much fun to leave. Why would I want to quit? I'm winning. And then I would lose a pot or suffer a loss somewhere else, or, just get frustrated, and I'd see my stack dwindle, and I'd want to chase the losses, and I would not leave until I was super frustrated and usually down money. That's how my sessions ended. And I just thought maybe poker's not for me. And if you'd have asked me at that moment, am I going to be a successful professional poker player? No.
I myself kind of recently have really struggled with mental health. I've taken a jump into the streaming world about 2 years ago, really started going at it about a year ago. And I really want to think that I'm going to be successful at this, but there's days that I just don't know.
I'm still pretty lost and trying to find my way through myself, but I found meditation has really helped, and just finding peace inside instead of outside.
I'm an amateur poker streamer and bathrobe enthusiast, Yapper Face. On my stream, we're all about having good times, good laughs, And in my life, there are very few people who made me laugh more than my dear friend from childhood, Bevan. A good man who sadly lost his battle with mental health some years ago. He was the one who gave me the nickname Yapperface in the first place, and I carry that forward as tribute to him. What I can say is, if you're struggling with your mental health, is reach out to a friend. They might be more understanding than you think, and they'll be happy that you trusted them enough to ask for their help. And if you notice that your friends are a little different, a little sadder, even a little happier, make sure to check in with them. It's always good to check in.
Part 2. Mental tips for poker and life.
Well, first off, I just hope that you guys know that you're needed. And it's okay to be you, and it's okay to be where you are. And I don't want to dismiss how much fucking things suck sometimes. Like, we get put in really shitty circumstances and life beats us down and we make bad decisions, but all you can do is just keep moving forward and one step at a time, right?
It's tempting to do this, but you cannot tie your emotional well-being and your happiness to day-to-day profit. We often fly past the good moments in our lives and kind of dwell upon the negative ones. And this makes sense. This is a survival technique from humans. Evolutionarily, it makes sense. But being a poker player has taught me that we're going to lose more often than we win in terms of sessions. And so we had better enjoy the success and enjoy the process. Because otherwise, every time you play poker, you're going to feel terrible, except on the days when you feel nothing because you've won and you feel like you finally deserve it. I don't want to live that life. I want to live a life where I feel joy on the rare days when I profit, and on the days I lose, I say, well, we try again tomorrow, re-up. Take some time to really feel good about yourself when you win, dwell on the positive moments, and fly past the negative ones.
Also remember that every small step forward is a huge progress. And you are allowed to celebrate these small steps in the right direction. And there will be setbacks again too. Just like in poker and in life, there will be downswings. And learning to cope with those is a useful skill in life.
Have time away from social media. I think social media has definitely contributed a huge amount to us as a society, comparing ourselves more to other people and their lives. And it's obviously cliched, but just don't sweat that stuff too much, man. Like, the things you see of people's lives on social media are generally not what's actually happening all the time in that person's life. You're just seeing highlights of their life.
Poker is a thing where you can grind a lot, so don't go 24/7. It will help you to take breaks. Like, at least I try to go at least one day without poker. You should be active. It's really important to make some exercises, keep your body fit, so your brain will be fit as well.
For me, outside of poker, I like to stay active, get outside. I like playing golf. It's a great way to decompress, forget about the game, and just make sure you stay active. Healthy body, healthy mind.
So something that I found really important for me is having a couple hobbies that don't allow me to think at all, just to give myself a break. So one of my hobbies is I play music in a concert band. I'm a French horn player. And then also I recently got into pickleball, which is a racket sport, and it's really, really hard to think when you're running around missing balls. So that's really helped me a lot. I mean, we're poker players, obviously. I love poker, you love poker, and it's great to have hobbies where you use your brain and you think, but when your problem is overthinking, it's not great for all of my hobbies to be or to require thinking. So that's personally what's helped me, music and sports.
My top tip, and something that I highly recommend everyone to do, regardless of whether they play poker or stream, is to take time off. Whether it's scheduled or unscheduled, don't be trying to do the 5, 6, 7 days a week, back-to-back 12-hour grinds. It's just going to end up leading to burnout, exhaustion, and just poor performance overall. That's something that at least has helped me, especially with my mental health. Whenever I need time off, I take it, and it's shown throughout my poker and streaming career.
You need to be very hard on yourself, but not negative towards yourself. So always take anything that you experience and try to improve on it. You want to never repeat the same mistakes. You don't want to have regrets by redoing the same things that put you in a negative outcome. But also don't look back at, mistakes you made in poker or in life and be very harsh on yourself. There's no need for that negativity. Try to view everything from a positive point of view and always try to do what's best for the future.
Downswings are inevitable in poker, and despite winning at this game for over a decade, despite it being my only source of income for over a decade, every time I go through a downswing, I think, well, it's been a good run, but your opponents are too good, the games are too tough, you just aren't skilled enough, and it's time to get a real job. That voice has never been quieted. I'm never able to completely get rid of it. And it's probably not healthy, but I've also been able to use that as motivation, as fuel. It makes me realize how important it is for me to study. If I'm truly not good enough, if there's such a large gap between my opponent's ability and my own, then studying is the answer. Working harder is the answer. Putting in effort is the answer. And really, I would say putting in more effort than you are currently is an answer to most problems, whether on the felt or off.
Don't focus so much on the things that are out of your control and focus a little bit more about things that are within your control. Now, what I mean about that is don't worry so much about, oh, I got my ace king in against ace queen and ace queen sucked out. I run so bad. Poker's so fucking stupid. I'm never going to win. I just don't run well enough to be able to win. These things are going to happen every time you play poker. Every time you click the register button, you're going to run bad. It's just part of the game. There's nothing you can do to avoid running bad. I think it really shows like a true professional who can overcome when days are going so poorly and then they just keep playing their A game. And that really says a lot about a person's character. They say a lot about that, about quarterbacks in football too. They say they want to have the shortest memory in the history of mankind because you're not going to be able to perform at the highest level if you're dwelling on like all the bad shit that happened.
So I ended up being a bit more strict with my diet. I still eat some junk food from time to time, but I eat a lot better these days, and I'm exercising a lot, so I do weight training. I find that working my body with weights releases some good neurochemicals, some feel-good serotonin, dopamine, whatever it is. Doing that physical work really helps for me. I also did go back and try medication again. I'm on a low dose of medication, and it's been very helpful combining that with diet and activity, and also trying to be as careful as I can with my sleep schedule, getting as much sleep as I can when my body needs it.
I try to protect my sleep. So what I mean by that is I try to go to bed at a similar hour and wake up at a similar hour. Helps with my energy and overall happiness, I would say. I try to keep active social connections with my close friends and family. That will make me happy, and I think this would make my friends and family happy as well for the most part.
When it comes to poker, I think the thing that's helped me the most and helped me deal with all the mental problems I've had in the game, it's just having like-minded people around me who I can speak to, who I know understand, and who will listen.
Part 3. Personal messages to the community.
And it's very easy in today's day and age to get lost in self-criticism. Oh, I've not got this. Oh, I'm not doing that. This person is. But just be kind to yourself. Be more focused on the things that you are doing well in your life. Obviously have plans for improvement, self-improvement, but be aware of what you're doing really well.
Sometimes we're going to go through tough times. We'll be angry, we'll be bored, we'll be stressed. And I just find it's getting comfortable with yourself, getting comfortable with the feelings and emotions. Don't get me wrong, they're fucking hard, but they're unavoidable. And if you're anything like me, you'd kind of know what's good for you and what's not good for you, right?
You want to have a healthy relationship with balance. Despite what some end boss on Twitter might tell you, longevity in this game comes from having a proper work-life balance. If you burn yourself out in your 20s, you're only hurting your future self. You know, at best, if this works out, you'll be wealthy and lonely. At worst, you'll be another failed poker pro who just doesn't know how to foster those kind of healthy adult relationships that we need in life. The potential freedom that this job gives you and the money that you use, it doesn't mean shit if you aren't happy and you can't enjoy it. So take some time for yourself and others to enjoy that happiness.
I think that the most important thing in poker and even life mindset is to try as many things as possible. These days we are being flooded with insane amount of different advice how to make it, and half of them are just examples of survivorship bias, telling you that you have to wake up at 3 a.m. and take 5 cold showers to make it. There's insane amount of ways to make it, especially in poker and in life. Don't be hard on yourself if you fail. Don't change the goal, change the plan.
There really isn't one format that fits for everybody, just like there isn't one way to navigate your motivation, your mental health, your emotions, how to deal with failure, all that sort of things. You just need to find what works for you and then embrace it.
We all want to try to find a purpose in life and just try to be happy, I guess. What really turned the corner for me, I think, is, it's kind of silly, but it's just was a Jim Carrey quote. You know, you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. And that's what I'm doing.
And I also try to take time to listen when somebody, you know, is opening up to me. So I try to listen, be there for my people. This is sometimes more difficult, but if I feel something is troubling me, I try to find someone else who's willing to listen to me.
Let's just be open and honest with your loved ones. With my wife, if I was having down days, I always made sure to let her know that I just wasn't feeling great and it was nothing to do with her.
So I just wanted to say that please don't give up. Life is worth living. Life, there's so much enjoyment that you can get from life if you have the right frame of mind. We only get one shot. You know, love yourself.
The main thing I'm trying to get across here is don't be afraid to talk about things. If they're on your mind, whether it's inside of poker or outside of poker, don't bottle it up, because I think that's the absolute worst thing you can do. It can be tough at first, for sure. And sometimes, yeah, really, really difficult. But it really does help, especially in the long run.